Shalom, brothers united in Christ, back with this word. Um, again, it's a Sabbath. Time is moving forward. It's not stopping for anybody. It's one of the most precious things we got in life is time. It's precious. You can't buy it. You can't buy it. You can't buy time. Once it's gone, you can't call it back. It's done. That's the topic of this discussion that we're gonna have today. Is about time because I was having a conversation with a couple my associates at the lounge the other day, and one of the brothers he's 67 years old, and he had made a statement that his daughter has said to him that time is flying fast, and it seems to be a conversation that's in the earth because I had that conversation several times on different scenarios with different people, how fast time is moving. So everybody put out their understanding on why it seems to be perceived that way. And this brother that's 67 said because of technology. He said because technology, everybody's into technology and they're distracted with technology. The next brother who was a lawyer, he said distractions. Everybody distracted. Time is moving. Everybody's distracted. Another brother, he's a medical technician. He said it's all about perception. Time is about perception. So everybody had to, put their thoughts on the table. And when it got to me, I said, I used the analogy how time, or the euphemism, how people say, time flies when you're having fun, you know, and they all agreed to that. Yeah, time flies when you're having fun, which goes to the distractions, which goes to technology and all that. I said, but the other side of that is also time flies and no one's paying attention to the Most High. So it seems like everyone's occupied in evil. Everybody's having fun in evil. No one's focused on the Most High. And the days are hastening to the end. It's coming to an end. So that's the point of this conversation that we're gonna have. We're gonna address it with scriptures. We're gonna look at it with scriptures, and the topic of discussion is time, and we can't get it back. So what are we doing with this time? How are we conducting ourselves in the earth as we see time is moving fast? Right? Give me that Ecclesiastes chapter 3. Again, this is a precept. I'm still working the book of James, but every once in a while I'll deviate to a conversation I had or something else that's evolved in my life throughout the process of a week and between Sabbaths. So this was a conversation I had in the week. Ecclesiastes 3:1.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3 and verse 1.
Uh-huh.
To everything there is a season,
To everything there is a season or a time, right?
and a time to every purpose
Right.
under the heaven.
And a time to every purpose under the heavens. So there's a time for everything. And we got to pay attention to time. What time are we in? What should I be doing at this time? How should I conduct myself at this time? And being that we're drawing closer to the end of time, we need to really be paying attention to what we're doing with this time, right? Real quick, give me that Second Ezra 9 and 1. As I see, we're heading towards the end of time, right?
Second Ezra chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, Measure thou the time diligently in itself,
Right?
and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before,
Go ahead.
then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, it's the very same time. He said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So we have to pay attention to the time and what we do with this time because it is moving fast. It doesn't matter if you're old or if you're young. Everyone is saying the same thing. The days are going fast. And the gentleman that's 67, he was reflecting. I was reflecting because we're a little older than these other brothers. He's older than me. I'm older than the other brothers. But I can remember a summer day how it seemed like forever because we wasn't so distracted with so much evil. Even though, evil's always been on earth, we wasn't so distracted with it. I remember the days waking up early in the morning, go outside with your friends, ride your bike, play football, go to the swimming pool, eat lunch. And you done did all that, and it's only 12 o'clock. Then you got the rest of the day. It seemed like a day lasted forever, but now a day go like that. And it doesn't matter if you're old or young. Everyone is saying the same thing. Time is moving. Time is going fast. You just started the school year. The school year is already over. You just started the work week. The work week is already over. It's the month past now. Time is moving fast. But why? does it seem that way. It's because of distractions. But the Lord told us, measure the time diligently in itself. Pay attention to the time. There's a time for everything. So what time is it, right? Read it. Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 1, 3 and verse 1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. A time to be born
A time to be born.
and a time to die.
Uh-huh.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Right. So there's a time for everything. What should you be doing with your time? There's certain times, there's certain seasons for everything. So when it's that season, that's what you should be doing. Go ahead.
A time to kill, a time to heal, a time to break down, and a time to build up.
Go ahead.
A time to weep, and a time to laugh, a time to mourn, and a time to dance.
Again, you can't be solely occupied with just dance, 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 joy, joy, joy. There's a time for mourning too. It's a time for everything. But so many people are just occupied and just dance, laugh, joy, fun. When the scriptures tell us, don't be tied to the expenses thereof. There must be a solemn moment. You must have a solemn moment. So that was one of the challenges I put out there on the table with these brothers. I said, and in the process of the conversation, so you want to see time slow down? Keep the Sabbath. Keep the Sabbath because time slows down because you're not distracted with all these other things. At the Sabbath, you cut all these things off. And you really get to have to satisfy or please yourself from within yourself. There's no other distractions. You got to face some realities. You got to face some issues. You got to really meditate on some things. You have a moment of clarity because there's no distraction. That is the longest day of my week is the Sabbath because I'm not distracted with all these other things. I get to rest. I get to read. I get to eat. I get to meditate. I get to pray. When throughout the process of the week, you may not get all them things in one day because you're occupied. You're preoccupied. So time is very important. But what are you doing with that time, right? Read it.
A time, verse 5, a time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together, a time to embrace,
Uh-huh.
and a time to refrain from embracing.
Right, because it ain't always about embracing. It's a time to refrain from embracing. It has to be a solemn moment. It has to be a moment where you got to do some consideration, some reflection, right?
A time to get and a time to lose.
Mm-hmm.
A time to keep and a time to cast away.
Right?
A time to rent and a time to sow. A time to keep silent and a time to speak.
Right?
A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
And a time of peace. So there's a time for everything. Go ahead.
What profit hath he that worketh in that wherein he laboreth? I have seen the travail which the Most High hath given to the sons of men to be exercised in it. He hath made everything beautiful in his time. Also he hath set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the work that the Most High maketh from the beginning to the end.
Right? He has set the world in their hearts. So the world is in our hearts. So we're supposed to focus and meditate on the things that which are before us. And that is how should we conduct ourselves? Real quick, give me the 12 and 13, Ecclesiastes. Hold that. Give me 12 and 13.
Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 13.
Shalom.
And further, by these, verse 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep his commandments, for this is the whole duty of man.
For this is the whole duty of man. So while you're in the earth, while you got breath in you, while you got these certain times to be productive and do these certain things, your whole purpose is to fear the Most High. This is the whole conclusion. This is what life is all about, fear the Most High. But the problem is, everybody's distracted. Everybody's is off into some other pleasures. They just all about pleasure, having fun, having joy, and not having the fear of the Lord properly installed in their life. So time is just moving, but no one is paying attention to what's coming. But time is just moving. No, and you can't get it back. You can't turn back the hands of time. It's just moving. So what should we be doing? Fearing the Most High and observing the time. What time is it? The Lord is drawing closer to his creation. It's the time of the end. So as the Lord is drawing closer to his situation, to his creation, we need to be conscious of that and not just be distracted with what's going on in the world, right? Read that. I went into 14.
Verse 14. For the Most High shall bring every work into judgment, with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be evil.
High going to bring every work into judgment. So there's a time for judgment too. He's going to bring every work into judgment, whether it be good or whether it be evil. So again, in this time that we have, that we all acknowledge is moving so fast, we need to be mindful of what we do with this time, because everything we do will be brought into judgment. The Most High is hastening the time, right? Give me Romans 13 and 11. The Most High is hastening the time, man. It ain't like the time is actually speeding up. It was the same 12 hours in a day. I mean, 24 hours in a day. It's same 7 days in a week. It's same amount of days in a month. The same amount of days in a year. It's just that while everybody's so distracted with all the evil, the days are just dwindling down. The days are just dwindling down. The Most High, he got everybody set up to where he wants them. If you set up for evil, he got you over there. If you set up for righteous, you're paying for salvation. You're paying attention to what's going on. But the time is moving forward. But we all seem like we all acknowledge that the time is moving fast. It's just the Most High is hastening the time. He's just moving it right along. Everybody's distracted. Everyone's distracted, right? Read that. Romans 13:11.
Romans chapter Romans chapter 13 verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
See, that knowing the time, now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed. It's nearer than we believe. So what are you spending your time doing? Where are you at? What are you distracted with? Again, everybody acknowledges, from the young to the old to the young. Time is moving fast. What are you doing with that time? How are you operating within that time frame? How are you spending that time? Right? Give me 2 Ezra 4:22. Read that again. Romans 13:11.
Romans chapter 13 and 11. And at that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Go ahead.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Right. So the night is far spent, and the day is at hand. Let us cast off the works of darkness. Let us put on the armor of light. So again, there's a work that we must be doing in this time. There is a work we must be doing in this time, and we can't be consumed with all the madness that's going on in the world where we're so distracted. Again, the Most High give us joy. He gives us pleasure. He gives us leisure. He gives us that in righteousness, though. So you can't be so distracted with joy and laughter, but it's all in evil. It's all in evil. You got to have some solemn moments. You got to definitely be exercising some righteousness while you enjoying your laughter, your pastime, and your leisure time. It has to be in righteousness. It can't be in evil. It can't be in evil, right? Read that 2 Ezra 4:22.
Second Esdras chapter 4 and verse 22.
Hold that Romans 13.
Second Esdras chapter 4 and verse 22. For it was, then answered I and said, I beseech thee, O Lord, let me have understanding.
Uh-huh.
For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily, namely wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen.
Hold that, right? I want to just bring this back because in Ecclesiastes, he says he has set the world in their minds. So Ezra over here is saying, I'm not focusing on things outside of my realm, things too high. I'm focusing on the things that are right here right here with me in this world. So again, the focus is time. So we're focusing on what's going on in this time. You got people talking about that, what's coming from outer space, what's going on on other planets and all that stuff. But we can't get this thing straight right here. We don't understand what's going on right here in our face. And this is what Ezra is inquiring about. Not high things, but the things that are right here with us. And he's talking about the time. What's going on with the time that we're in? So again, everybody's looking at this time and what's going on in their time. And we're in this time. So what's going on in our time? That time is seems to be moving so fast, right? Read it.
For it was not my mind to be curious of the high things, but of such as pass by us daily, namely wherefore Israel is given up as a reproach to the heathen,
Uh-huh.
and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto unparley nations, and why the law of our forefathers is brought to naught, and the written covenants come to none effect.
And the written covenant comes to none effect. Why? Go ahead.
And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers, and our life is astonishment and fear, and we are not worthy to obtain mercy.
Right. Now you have some people that are sincere about this question. You have some people that are insincere. Me and my son were just having a conversation on the way to church today, and he said he was having a conversation with a black activist, could say. And they're looking at our condition. So this is what he spent his time doing, looking at our condition in the earth, but not taking accountability of our sin that got us to this condition, but yet still looking outside of us as a people and blaming the so-called white man. So that his answer would be to these questions: how come these other nations got this authority and this power over us? Because oppression, because of slavery and all these things. How come where so many people are homeless? And they tie it all to slavery. Ezra is asking, how come these things happen to us? Well, the sincere going to get in here and they're going to look and say, wow. In Ecclesiastes, he said, this is the conclusion of the whole matter. The whole duty of man is to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. But we didn't do that. So, now we're in this situation. That's what the sincere would do. But the insincere, they're going to spend their time looking for excuses. While the righteous is going to look in here and look for look where he could take accountability at and fix it and try and correct the status of himself first and foremost and his people. As he see the day drawing near, time is running out. Time is running out. So what are people doing with their times? People doing all different type of things with their time. Some are looking for answers, and some are looking for excuses. What are you doing with your time, right? Read it. Give me the 14:9. Same book.
Second Esdras, chapter 14, and
Now
verse
Ezra asks, how come these things are happening, right? Namely, wherefore Israel is given to the reproaches to the heathen. Go ahead.
2 Esdras 14 and 9. For thou shalt be taken away from all, and from henceforth thou shalt remain with my son, and with such as be like thee,
Uh-huh.
until the times be ended. For the world have lost his youth,
Uh-huh.
and the times begin to wax old.
Hold that real quick. I just want to make this point that who the Most High is telling Ezra, you're going to be taken from this. You're going to be remain with my son and such like him. That's a blessing for a righteous work. A brother that spent his time and sincerity in the earth. He got a righteous reward, right? Go ahead. But the earth.
For the world have lost his youth,
Uh-huh.
and the times begin to wax old.
And the time began to wax old. The earth has lost its youth, and the times have begun to wax old. It's getting old. The earth is getting old. It's lost its youth. It's lost its strength, and it's starting to fade out. Again, the earth is here. The Lord created. He's going to set it all on fire. It's going to be purified with fire. But the earth is going nowhere. But the inhabitants, those that inhabit the earth, their time is run up. Their time is run out, right? Go ahead.
For the world is divided into 12 parts, and the 10 parts of it are gone already, and half of a 10th part. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part.
Right, he's talking about the 12 tribes. Go ahead.
Now therefore, set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption.
This is what the righteous should be doing. The sincere should be doing with their time. With their time. Again, what are you doing with your time? As everybody's acknowledging, time is moving. It's going fast. What are you spending your time on? What are you spending your time on? Is it just, again, laughter and joy and fun and distractions? Or is there some solemn moments there? Are you doing some reflecting and considering what's going on, what's about to transpire in the earth? As everybody's acknowledging, time is moving fast. The days are going quick. The days are going quick. They're moving, right? That was 15?
No, that was 13.
Go ahead.
Let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man,
Mm-hmm.
put off now the weak nature, And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee,
Set aside the thoughts of the most heavy unto thee. Go ahead.
and haste thee to flee from these times.
Hasten to flee from these times. Meaning, as the scripture said back in Revelation, come out of her, my people. Come out of her. We really can't go nowhere. But what do we have to do? We have to make a spiritual separation. Hasten to flee from these times because these days are evil. These days are wicked. Hasten to flee. Try to be righteous in these days. Make a separation. Make a separation in these days, in this time, right? Go ahead.
For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter.
Shall be done hereafter. There's a time for greater evils. And we're in them times. There's greater evils coming. There was some, it's a parable within this right here, within this book of Ezra. And he said, if you could tell me which is greater, the rain when it has passed, or the drops after it's passed, the fire when it has passed, or the smoke which is left after. And there's really no answer to that because when the rain is on you at that moment it's real bad. But it's moving forward in time. It's going to hit another city, that same capacity. So the same damage is going all the way across. Same with the fire. As it's just burning. And that which is left is just smoke and vapors. But the same damage, same destruction is going forward because Ezra was asking which is going to be a worse time, now or then. It doesn't matter. Destruction is from your day until the end. The destruction is here. So it's not because it's fire on your day that it's going to be worse or less for them down the line because that same fire is going down the line. It's going down the line. So it's the same. Trouble is in the earth. What are you doing in these troublous times? Right? Read it.
That was 15. I mean,
Read it one more
that
time.
was 16, sorry.
Oh, read 15 again.
And verse 15. And set aside the thoughts. I'm sorry. Let me read 14. Let go from the immortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times.
Hasten to flee from these times. Make a separation because the trouble is here, right? Read it. Because again, Ezra's asking, oh, Daniel 9:11. 1 second. Daniel saying, for it was not my mind to be curious in high things, but as such as pass by us daily. Namely, wherefore Israel is given to the reproach to the heathen, and for what cause the people whom thou hast loved is given over unto an unpowerly nation, and why the law of our forefathers is brought to naught, and the written covenant come to none effect. These are the things that we should be considering in these times. What is our condition? Why our condition is like this, right? So we should be preoccupied in the scriptures. We should be preoccupied in the word as we see the days moving quickly. Because as the days are moving quickly, the Lord is drawing closer and closer to his creation. Again, is it just the days like time is sped up, or it's just the distractions? It's just the distractions. And everyone is distracted with evil. And before you know it, the day is past. It's like a drug addict or a drunkard. They spend their whole day getting drunk. And then they wake up and they get drunk again. And time before you know it, they're done. They're dead. The liver is done. Or the drug addict is the same. If you don't take a break and consider, do some reflecting, before you know it, the time has went and you're in a whole nother dispensation of life. So what are you doing with your time as you perceive time is moving so fast? What are you doing with it? Right? Read this.
Daniel chapter 9 and 11. Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy law,
Right?
even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him.
Because we have sinned against them. This is why the heathen reign over us. We're given as a reproach to the heathen. This is why the covenant and the law of the forefathers come to naught, because we transgressed against the Most High. So now we're in this world where we're not the head, we're not leading, we're not that peculiar nation showing the people how to worship the Most High. The other nations are leading, and they're leading with all wickedness and distractions, and we're not paying attention. And time is just moving. All Israel has transgressed. This is why. This is the answer to Ezra's question. Go ahead. But as we see it, the Lord says, for the world hasteth fast to pass away. Within the same chapter that we read in Ezra, the world hasteth fast to pass away. It's just moving. Time is just going. It's not stopping for nobody. Again, if you want time to slow down, keep the Sabbath. Remove some distractions out your life, and time will slow down. You will perceive that time is slow, but it's the same time. But time will slow down if you remove some distractions, right? Read it.
Verse 12. And he hath confirmed his words which he spake against us, and against our judges that judged us, by bringing upon us a great evil.
Mm-hmm.
For under the whole heaven hath not been as hath been done upon Jerusalem.
Go ahead, 1 to 14.
As it is written in the law of Moses, all this evil is come upon us, yet made we not our prayer before the Lord our power,
Yep.
that we might turn from our iniquities and understand thy truth.
Right, and understand our truth. Again, so what are we doing with our time? Are we turning from our iniquities that we might understand His truth, or are we just partying, partying, laughter, joy, and not focusing on the time is running out? Time is running out. Everybody acknowledging the days are going fast. Days are going fast. What are we doing with our time? Right? Read it.
Verse 14. Therefore hath the Lord watched upon the evil and brought it upon us. For the Lord our power is righteous in all his works,
Mm-hmm.
which he doeth, for we obey not his voice.
The Lord watcheth upon us to bring the evil because we obeyed not His voice. This is the answer to Ezra's question. Wherefore all these things are happening to us? Wherefore the law of our forefathers has come to naught? Wherefore the covenant have not taken effect? Because we transgressed. Now we're cast down. Now we're distracted in the world. Now our identities are hidden. Now we're just running around like a dog chasing our tail trying to just find pleasure in the earth. And time is just moving forward. Everybody's distracted. Everyone's distracted, right? Give me the second Ezra 4:25. Give me Jeremiah 31:28. 4:25. Second Ezra 4:25. Jeremiah 31:28. Yes.
Second Ezra chapter 4. Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 25. What shall he then do unto his name, whereby we are called?
Uh-huh.
Of these things have I asked.
Right. Read 4 and 25 again.
Second Ezra chapter 4, verse 25.
24 and 25.
Verse 24, sorry. And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers.
Right. We pass away out of the world like grasshoppers. People dying on a regular. On a regular. People just dying. And no consideration is given. That time is running out. We all gonna pass in any given moment. With the gracious Lord, some of us shall not taste death and shall be here when Christ pop up. But if you don't, you pass out of the way like grasshoppers. Everyone is just dying. Everyone is just dying. I was at work the other day and two mechanics was talking. They're older than me. They're both in their 60s, and they was having a conversation and about other mechanics they knew back in the day, and everybody is dead. I said, man, that is a miserable conversation y'all having over there. Oh yeah, you remember him? Yeah, he died too. Oh yeah, remember Frank Riccatelli? Yeah, he died too. I'm like, man, that is a miserable conversation. Ain't nobody talking about life. Nobody say he's doing well. Everybody's dying. So again, and we pass away out of this world as grasshoppers. So what are you doing with your time? All these people that they was talking about, they spent their time in trades. In trades. Making it building the world. They didn't look to the Most High. They didn't consider their lives. They didn't acknowledge that the Lord said, to fear the Most High and keep His commandments. This is the whole duty of man. They didn't consider that. Their life was based upon their trade. And they came in and they went out. They came in and they went out. They're gone. Right? Read it.
Verse 24. And we pass away out of the world as grasshoppers, and our life is astonishment and fear,
Uh-huh.
and we are not worthy to obtain mercy.
Go ahead.
What will he then do unto his name, whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked.
Of these things have I asked. This is what Ezra spent his time on. He was a prophet, a priest, what have you. He was looking to the welfare of his people. This is what Ezra spent his time on, right? So the question is, these what his statement is this: these are the things that I have inquired of about the condition of my people, right? So what would the Most High do to his name, right? What will he do then unto his name whereby we are called? Of these things have I asked, right? That Jeremiah 31:28.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 28. And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them, to pluck up and to break down,
Mm-hmm.
and to throw down and to destroy and to afflict, so will I watch over them, to build and to plant, saith the Lord.
Right. So as he watched over, we talked about what the Most High did to us in the process of time because of our transgressions and our sins. He also has a mind to do something great for us in the process of time. Again, time is the key word, time. And the time, and the dispensation of time, the Most High is going to look to us for good, to build us up. Not to destroy us anymore, but to build us up. But again, this is about what are you doing with your time? That's what the Most High is going to do in a time. But what are we doing with our time while we're here? Are we just distracted? Are we just distracted? Just want to have fun and joy. Don't want to feel no hardship, no pains. I just want to laugh, 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 laugh. Nah, man. It got to be some solemn moments. You got to really consider and reflect. As we say, as the scripture says, as you start to see these things happen in the earth, the signs starting to happen in the earth, it's the very same time that the Most High is starting to approach his creation, which he created. So time is running out. And it seems to be moving very fast. We're drawing down to that time, right? Read it again.
Jeremiah chapter 31, verse 28. And it shall come to pass that like as I have watched over them, to pluck up and to break down, and to throw down and to destroy, and to afflict, so will I watch over them, to build and to plant, saith the Lord.
Uh-huh. To build and to plant. So this is what the Most High had purpose and time for us. So he has a time that he's going to do some great things for his children. But what are we doing with our time to obtain that which he had planned and purpose for us? Again, time is the key word. Time. What are we doing with it, right? As we open up with Romans 13:11. Read that one more time for me. Romans 13:11.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to
Mm-hmm.
wake out of sleep,
Mm-hmm.
for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. The Most High said he's going to hasten the times, right? Read that.
Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 26. Then answered he me and said, The more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel, for the world hasteth fast to pass away.
For the world hastens fast to pass away because everybody's just distracted. And it's just moving. It's just moving. Technology just going, just going. And before you know, you all the way over there. You all the way over there. Quick, fast, in a hurry. Look how quick these iPhones, you know, new series come out. What are they up to now? 16?
Oh, problem.
16? Right. Technology is moving. People getting, children are more advanced. Everything is just moving much faster, much quicker. Wickedness is in the cribs now. Evil. Evil's in the cribs. That's how much time and wickedness have progressed, man. Everyone's distracted. Everyone's off into their own business. No one's paying attention to the Lord. Right? Read that again. Romans 13.
Romans chapter 13, verse 1, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to wake out of sleep,
Mm-hmm.
for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Now our salvation is nearer than we believe. Go ahead.
The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Right. This is what we should be doing in our time, with our time, because the night is far spent. The day is at hand. Our salvation is closer than we considered. So we should be spending our time putting on the armor of light, getting our household in order, making sure that We'd be found worthy of the situation that the Lord has prescribed for the earth. Because time is moving. Time is moving, right? Read that, Second Ezra.
Second Ezra chapter 4 and verse 27. And cannot comprehend the things that are promised.
Give me 26 and 27.
Verse
together.
26. Sorry. Then answered he me and said, the more thou searchest, the more thou shalt marvel. For the world hasteth fast to pass away, and cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come.
And time to come. Again, the Most High got something set up for the righteous. So what are you spending your time doing? Are you focusing on the earth, or are you focusing on what the Lord got set up for the righteous and trying to obtain that? What are you doing with your time? Again, time is moving, and the perception is time is moving fast. What are you doing with that time, right? Go ahead.
Verse
27.
27. And cannot comprehend the things that are promised to the righteous in time to come. For this world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities.
This world is full of unrighteousness and infirmities. So this has everybody distracted. The unrighteousness and the infirmities has everyone distracted, old and young. And time is just moving. And the perception is time is moving fast, but it's the same time. It's the same 24-hour period in a day. It's the same amount of days in a week, same amount of days in a month, same amount of days in a year. It's the same time, but it's just moving real fast because of infirmities and wickedness. And everybody's preoccupied and distracted with it. No one's having a solemn moment. No one is saying, oh, time to fall back. Let me consider. That's why the Sabbath is such a beautiful thing. So you can reflect, because in the process of time, you can get lost in a week. You can get lost in a day. You can get lost in an hour. Think about it. Your screen time ever popped up and tell you how long you've been on your phone? You're like, it's been 3 hours already? And you just sitting there scrolling, distracted. What could have you done with that 3 hours? What can you have done with that time? Yeah, time just moving because of distractions and infirmities, man, wickedness. Read Ephesians 5:14, please. Ephesians 5:14. What are we doing with our time? What is our focus? What is our goals on the earth as we see the days are advancing and moving faster as we perceive it to be?
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest, and
Right.
arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
So awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead. This is what we should be working on while we got time, while we got breath in our lungs. Awaken, waking up, waking out of slumber. Waking up out of slumber. Read that 13 and 11 one more time. Romans.
Romans chapter 13, verse 11. And that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep,
Again.
for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Right, so over here he says, wherefore he saith, awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light. Awake, rise up. Pay attention to what's going on around you, what's going on in the earth. Everybody's saying time is moving fast. But why does it seem to be moving so fast? Because of iniquity and wickedness. And everyone's distracted. Again, you want to see a day slow down? Keep the Sabbath. The day slows down, or seems to slow down, because you're not distracted with all these other things. You're not distracted with all these things. So as long as the earth is in wickedness, everybody's had this perception that time is moving fast, but it's the same time. It's absolutely the same time. It's just distractions. It's just wickedness that got everybody unfocused. Right? Read that. Ephesians. Over here, you still on 5:14.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 14. Wherefore he saith, awake thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.
Mm-hmm.
See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise.
See then that you walk circumspectly, watchful, discreet, paying attention. Watchful, discreet, paying attention. Give me that Luke 26, 21, 36. See then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but wise. Yep.
Luke 21 in verse 36. Watch ye and therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Right, because there's a time for judgment. So you want to be watching, you want to be circumspect. Circumspect, it says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise. So you want to be watching, paying attention, so that you can be found worthy to stand before the Son of Man and escape all these things that's going to come upon the earth, because trouble is in the earth, is prescribed for the earth from the hand of the Most High, because of the iniquity, because of the sins, because of the transgressions. So you want to pray that you found worthy to escape it. And that comes with circumspection. You must conduct your life with circumspection. Be discreet. Be mindful. How you moving, what you're doing before you get caught out. Like a snare in the, like a what you said, a bird in a snare. That was one of y'all brought that. Bird in the neck, get caught out. Pass away like grasshoppers. People just dying. They're just dying without knowledge, without wisdom. So what should we be doing with our time, man? Read that. Ephesians.
Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 again. See then that ye walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil.
Redeeming the times because the days are evil. Redeeming the time. Again, it's about time. What are you doing with your time? Are you being circumspect with your time? Or you just walking through the earth with blinders on like a fool? And the days are moving. The days are moving. They're going fast. You're like, oh, it's the middle of the month already. What is today's date? The 23rd, 24th, 25th? 24th. Time is moving. About to be in the summer. About to be in the summer. Right back to winter. Time is moving. It's not slowing down for nobody. Everyone's perception is it's speeding up. And we can't call a day back. So what are you doing with your time, right? Read it.
Redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is.
And be ye not unwise, but understand what the will of the Lord is. To fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of man. So while you have breath in you, you have life in you. What should you be spending your time doing? Yeah, seeking the Lord out. Again, we have obligations on the earth, but if all your time is spent on work and being preoccupied with laughter and fun, and there's no moments where you sit back and do some reflection, some consideration on the Most High, you're gonna pass like a grasshopper, and that group of grasshoppers just passing away. You have to do some reflection. You have to know what the will of the Most High is, so you can do it. This is what you should be doing with your time. You have time on earth, make something for the Lord. Don't let it just pass by and you ain't did nothing for the Lord. And that day sneak up on you unawares. Now you find yourself in a situation where you got to call on the Lord, but the Lord laughing at you because you ain't make no time for Him while you had time. So again, the perception is time is moving fast. What are you doing with that time? What are you doing with that time? Give me 4 and 17. Ephesians 4:17. Give me 1 John 2:15.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17. This I say therefore and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind.
Right. Don't spend your time walking in the vanity of your mind like the Gentiles. Don't spend your time walking in the vanity of your mind like the Gentiles. Have some solemn moments, have some reflective moments, have some meditative moments where you consider the Most High and how you can escape what's to come. You have to have a solemn moment, man. It just can't be all joy, 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 laughter, laughter, laughter. Again, the Most High give us. Go back to that Ecclesiastes. I'm coming back to that 1 John, right? That Ecclesiastes 3. The Most High, again, the Most High give us, leisure. He gives that to us. But what are you doing with that leisure? What are you doing, right? Read it from 12.
Ecclesiastes 3 and 12. I know that there is no good in them, but for a man to rejoice and to do good in his life.
Uh-huh.
And also that every man should eat and drink and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is
Hmm.
the gift of the Most High.
It is the gift of the Most High. So the Most High give us that, but it can't just be all about that. There has to be some solemn moments. It has to be some reflective moments. It has to be, or else your time just pass. Before you know it, your number is called. It's time to go back to the Father of all spirits. And what are you going to answer him in the day of judgment? I was occupied. I was busy in the earth. He is not trying to hear that. He said, this is the whole duty of man, to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. So in your leisure, you got to fear the Most High and keep his commandments. In your pastime, you got to fear the Most High and keep his commandments, right? Ecclesiasticus 38. 38, right? Let me see that. Ecclesiasticus 38. And 30.
You took my time of leisure.
Yeah, did take that pastime.
Oh, that's 32.
Oh, 32 and 11. Yep.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 32, verse 11. Rise up betimes and be not the last, but get thee home without delay.
So rise up early. Don't be the last one getting up. Don't be the last one getting up. But after your business is taken care of, get thee home without delay. Go home. Go ahead.
There take thy pastime and do what thou wilt, but sin not by proud speech.
But sin not by proud speech. So even in your pastime, you can sin. But he's telling you don't sin. Definitely not by proud speech. So again, take your pastime, do what you will. But don't sin. Definitely don't sin by proud speech, right? Go ahead. Go back to First John.
First John chapter 2, verse 15. Love not the world, and neither the things that are in the world.
Right?
If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right? Because it says, don't be like the Gentile. Don't be like the Gentile, right? That 4:17 one more time. Ephesians. It says, don't be like the Gentile.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17. This I say, therefore, and testify in the Lord, that you henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind,
Right?
having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High, through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart.
Right? So don't walk as the Gentile. Don't walk according to the world. Don't be so much in love with the world where you have your understanding darkened and you be alienated from the Most High. Because you're all about living like the Gentile. How does the Gentile live? You was doing that 2 Peter's 4:1. This is where a lot of brothers and sisters. This is where
First Peter.
1 Peter's 4:1. This is where majority of the world is, and this mindset, right? They. Okay, let me build on top of that too, real quick. Um, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, right? For the for the ungodly say reasoning within themselves. Again, because it says here, this I say this I say therefore and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind, having their understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High, through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart. How the Gentile walking in their vanity of their mind? They don't have the Most High at the forefront of their mind. They're not considering the Most High, His law, statutes, and commandments. They're in the earth, and their mindset is fixed on joy, right? Fun. Read that.
First Peter chapter 4, verse 1.
Read. No, I don't want it from one. Read it from verse 2.
First Peter 4 and 2. That he no longer should live the rest of his time in the flesh to the lust of men,
Uh huh.
but to the will of the Most High.
Go ahead.
For the time past of our life may suffice us to have wrought the will of the Gentile, when we walked in lasciviousness, lust, excess of wine, revelings, banquetings, and abominable idolatries.
This is what people spend the most of their time doing. This is where most people spend the most of their time at, and time is just moving. So it seems like a day the days are going by fast. But you're preoccupied in all evil. You're preoccupied in all evil, living like the Gentile, having your mind dark and being alienated from the commonwealth that's in the Most High, right? Read this.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2 and verse 1. For the unparley said, reasoning with themselves, but not aright.
Uh-huh.
Our life is short and tedious,
Come on.
and in the death of a man there is no remedy.
There is no remedy. Our life is short and tedious. In the death of a man, there is no remedy. Go ahead.
Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave.
Because they don't have no faith. They don't have no faith. They had all these churches popping up now. Now they got an elementary school. It's up north here, or is it in San Diego? But it's in a satanic cult school for children. For children. Yeah, it's for children. So I don't know if it's up north or if it's out in San Diego, but I just read about it the other day. It's crazy. They don't believe, and that's how you gonna believe in satanic practices, but yet you don't acknowledge the Most High. I don't get that concept. I did hear one of them say that the Most High was unjust, and Satan was the one to come to give us to liberate us. Right,
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Yeah, I saw a clip of that. There was a group, and they had said that Satan was the one who came, who was trying to spread like the knowledge or love, and stuff. It
Right.
is wild.
So they have a beef with the Most High. So it's not that they don't believe in the Most High. They just the Lord is wrong. The Lord is not equal, what have you. But anyway, yeah. But the Gentile, their mindset is fixed on just pleasure and joy and fun. Therefore, they spend their days in that, and at times move. Right? Read it.
Verse 2. For we are born at all adventure, and we shall be hereafter as though we had never been. For the breath in our nostrils is as smoke,
Uh huh.
and a little spark in the moving of our heart. Verse 3. Which being extinguished, our body shall be turned into ashes, and our spirit shall vanish as the soft air.
Right. So this is that grasshopper scenery where everyone is just in and out. Right. Go ahead.
And our name shall be forgotten in time,
Again, time and time. Right.
and no man shall have our works in remembrance, and our life shall pass away as the trace of a cloud, and shall be dispersed as a mist that is driven away with the beams of the sun, and overcome with the heat thereof.
Right. Like fast. It's raining, then the sun come out. All the rain, the wet spots just gone. So they're saying that's how your life is. You're born at all adventure, and your life quickly comes to an end. So what should they do? Their mindset. Go ahead.
For our time is a very shadow. Sorry. For our time is a very shadow that passeth away, and after our end there is no returning, for it is fast sealed, so that no man cometh again.
Right. Go ahead.
Come on, therefore, let us enjoy the good things that are present, and let us speedily use the creatures like as in youth.
Mm-hmm.
Let us fill ourselves with costly wine and ointments, and let no flower of the spring pass by us.
Again, it's all about joy, fun, and no solemn moments. They don't want no heartache. They don't want no trouble. They don't want no complications. They just want to have fun. They just want to have fun, right? So this is how you become alienated in your mind, because you're not considering the Most High in your life. And time is just passing. It's just going. It's just going. It's just going. And to some, time is just speeding up. The days are going fast. Why? Because they're distracted. They're distracted, right? Read it.
Let us crown ourselves with rosebuds before they be withered. Let none of us go without his part of our voluptuousness. Let us leave tokens of our joyfulness in every place, for this is our portion and our lot is this.
This is our portion and our lot is this. Back to the Ephesians 4 and 4:17. So this is how you become like the Gentile, and alienated in your mind. Alienated, have your understanding darkened because you didn't consider the Lord in your life. It was just all about joy and fun. And you was distracted in earth with the latest technologies, with the latest next party, and you know, you didn't consider the Most High. You didn't have no solemn moments in your life. Just go, 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 and before you know it, you're at the end of your life, broke down, weak. Right? Go ahead.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 17. This I say therefore and testify in the Lord, that ye henceforth walk not as other Gentiles walk in the vanity of their mind,
Uh huh.
having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High, through the ignorance that is in them because of the blindness of their heart.
The blindness of their heart. And what blinded them? Just having pleasure in the earth, just having fun, just having pleasure and fun in the earth. It blinded them, and they didn't see, as everyone perceived, that the days are moving faster. That is also the very same time that the Most High is drawn closer to the earth, and it's gonna catch them like a thief in the night. Right? Give me that second John, 1 John 2:15. I'm sorry,
1 John chapter 2 and verse 15.
through 18.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world.
Right? Don't love the world nor the things that's in the world.
Eh,
We are in the world. Again, we are in the world. The Lord give us pleasures on earth, give us leisure and pleasure in the earth. But don't be so fixated on the world where you have no time to reflect on the Most High. You have no time to consider the Most High. You have no time to serve the Most High in truth and sincerity. Right? That's what it means, love not the world, right? Because the Most High made all things beautiful in our times. He has set the world in our minds. So of course you gotta enjoy it where you're at. This is our space. This is us. But how are you enjoying it, right? How are you spending your time? Go ahead.
Love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him.
Right. You can't cut the world off. You can't say no. You always got to be at the party. You always got to. There's no solemn moments for you. There's no shut it down moments for you. You always have to be there. Love not the world. If a man loves the world, the love of the Most High is not in him. You don't know how to say no. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I'll forsake that. You don't know how to say no, right? Go ahead.
For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh,
Uh huh.
the lust of the eyes,
Uh huh.
and the pride of life is not of the Father, but
Right.
is of the world.
But it's other world. This is how you get alienated from the commonwealth or the understanding of the Most High. Get your understanding dark. And read that.
There's one more.
Go ahead.
And the world passeth away, and the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever.
But the world passeth away. The world passeth away. It's going. It's going. It's hastening to its end. It's hastening to its end. But he that loveth the Most High, feareth the Most High, shall abide forever. Right? Go ahead. Ephesians.
Ephesians chapter 4, verse 18. Having the understanding darkened, being alienated from the life of the Most High, through the ignorance that is in them, because of the blindness of their heart,
Go ahead.
who being past feeling have given themselves over unto lasciviousness.
Right? Hold that. Being past feeling had given themselves over to lasciviousness. This is why we read the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 2. They past feeling. All they want to do is have fun. They pass feeling. They don't have a feel for the Most High. That's what the scripture says back in Acts 17. The Most High created all nations from one blood. Lest happily they should feel after the Most High and find him, though he be not far from every one of us. You have to feel for the Most High. You have to have a feeling. But if you don't have that feeling and you're dead on the inside, you say, you know what? Skip that Bible. Skip that word. I don't want that. I just want to have fun. You become darkened. And before you know it, you're at your end. Before you know it, you pleading, oh, Lord, Lord, please let me in. Nah. Why you here? Why you got time? Don't forget the Lord. Don't forget the Lord. No matter what's going on in your life, don't forget the Lord. Before you know it, your time could be here. And you don't have to be at 70 or 80 years old. We seen the Lord pulling people cards early. Early, man. So don't spend your time preoccupied with the world. Love not the world. Enjoy the world. This here is beautiful before our eyes. But you got to make a separation when it's time to shut it down. Shut the world down. That's what you should be doing with your time. Making the separation between what is acceptable and what is not acceptable. What is holy and what is profane. What is just and what is wicked. So you can choose right, man. Spend your time doing that so you can enjoy your life and enjoy the reward that comes at the end, right? Read that.
First John chapter 2 in verse 18. Little children, it is the last time. And as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time.
It is the last time. So what are you spending your time doing? What are you spending your time doing? There's all type of antichrist. All type of antichrist. Some of these religious, so-called religious preachers are antichrist because they're teaching everything against Christ. Anti means to be against. If you're teaching a doctrine that's against Christ, you're an antichrist. If you're teaching that homosexuals are accepted, you're an antichrist. If you're teaching you can eat swine's flesh, you're an antichrist. If you're teaching that Sunday is the Lord's day to worship, you're antichrist. So antichrist just don't have to be this figure that everybody thinking coming into the world with a stamp. They're gonna stamp everybody 666. Antichrist is those that are preaching against Christ. The whole Catholic Church is antichrist. From the time you walk up to the building, it says, "Thou shalt not make unto thee any graven images, nor bow down and worship." But they got statues all the way up to the building. You know, antichrist. Antichrist. There are many antichrists in the world. No, there's so many things that tells us where we're at in life, in this world, in this time. Read that one more time. This is one of the telltales. But if you don't know this, if you don't have to understand what an antichrist is, you'll say, "I don't think we there yet." Read that again.
First John chapter 2 and verse 18.
Hold that. This is one of them things where Ezra said over here, the angel said to Ezra, when you start to see the signs coming to pass, know that at the very same time. When you start to see these things that I have told you come to pass at the very same time that the Most High is drawing closer to his creation, which he had created. So again, here's one of them things that was told to us. Here's one of the signs, right? Read it.
Verse 18. Little children, it is the last time, and as ye have heard that Antichrist shall come, even now are there many Antichrists, whereby we know that it is the last time.
It is the last time. So what are you doing with this time since the perception is time is moving fast? What are you doing with this time since the perception is time is moving fast? Are you spending your time in anger and malice and bitterness and contentions and strifes? That's politics. And again, they got everybody stressed out, whether you're Democrat, Republican. Everybody's stressed out. Everybody's distracted. There's so many distractions going on in the earth, but time is moving. Time is moving, right? Give me that. Ecclesiasticus 17:24. Right. Because this is Ephesians 4:19 says, who being past filling have given themselves over to lasciviousness to work all uncleanness with greediness. They're past filling. They're not filling for the Most High. They're not paying attention to the time. They just want to have fun in the earth. And time is moving. Right? Read it.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 17, verse 24. But unto them that repent, he granted them return.
Unto them that repent. To them that repent. Those that spent their time repenting, he grant them return from the destruction that is at hand. Right? Read it.
But unto them that repent, he granted them return, and comforted those that fell in patience.
Comforted those that fell in patience. You was in the race, something happens, so you bounced up against some tribulation and you got a little weak. You didn't fall out, you didn't go off, you just got a little weak. He comforted you. He bring you back. He like the brother brought out earlier, when the temptation come, the Most High maketh the way for thee to flee. He send the word. You hear a word, you're like, let me get back on track. Let me get back on point. Let me get back in the race. He comforted those that have failed in patience. They believe, but there's some little troubled waters came. Some little water, the waters got troubled a little, and you got a little frantic. You didn't move out your place, you just got a little frantic. Get back in the race, right? Read it.
But unto them that repent, he granted them return and comforted those that fell in patience.
Uh-huh.
Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins.
Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. That's what we should be doing with our time. Not just so much distracted with just joy, 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 fun, fun, fun. We must be returning and forsaking our sins as the days are drawing near. As everyone perceives, the time is going fast. The days are going quick, right? Read it.
Return unto the Lord and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face and offend less.
And offend less. That's what we should be doing ultimately with our time. Again, we can have fun in the earth. The Lord give us, pleasures in the earth. But in your pleasures, you want to offend less. You don't want to be all about the offense like the Gentiles. You want to be about making reconciliation. How can I enjoy my life with the least amount of offenses? Don't just stack up offenses, thinking like, oh, the Lord is long suffering. He's gonna be pacified towards my sins. Yeah, he is long suffering, but he in no wise gonna let you go either. Right? Give me Romans 13:11 one more time, and give me Habakkuk 2:3. Romans 13:11 and 12. What are we doing with our time? Topic of discussion.
Romans chapter 13 and 11. In that, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed.
Right? And that knowing the time, it is high time to wake out of sleep. For our salvation is nearer than when we believed. Because time is moving. It ain't stopping for nobody. We can't call it back. We cannot call it back. It's moving. The earth hasteneth fast to pass away. Right? Read it. 12.
12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light.
Let us put on the armor of light. Give me that Habakkuk 2 and 3.
Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 3. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision, and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it.
That he may run that heareth it, that readeth it. Where are you running to? You're making haste to flee these times because the days are evil. You run into the Lord. You repenting. You offending less. Write the words on the table. If you listen, it's here. It's written. It's going to happen. It has a prescribed time, right? Go ahead.
Verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time.
See? It's for an appointed time. Time is the conversation. And what are you doing with your time? Because the Most High is not turning back the hands of time. It's moving forward. Time is moving forward. And what are you doing with your time? How are you spending your time? How are you spending your time? Right? Go ahead.
For the time is yet for an appointed time. Excuse me. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. But at the end it shall speak and not lie.
At the end, it's going to speak and it's not going to lie. So when the appointed time comes for the afflictions, for the tribulations, to mount up, as was prescribed in the scriptures, and if it happened to be in our time, it is what it is. How do you get out of it? Right. By keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. So while you got breath in your lungs, you should be exercising, you should be studying, you should be searching out what they are. So that when that time comes, when that vision gets to that point, you can have an escape. You can have comfort. You can have a place to hide. You can have a place to run. But if you spend your time just in all fun, joy, and laughter, and just filling all your royal oats, you're going to get caught out like a thief in the night. There got to be some solemn moments in your life. Has to be, right? Give me Luke 21:36 one more time. You had 4?
No, I ain't even finished 3. Okay. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
It's not going to lie.
Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Behold, his soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him.
Because he's alienated. His soul is lifted up. He's alienated. His heart is darkened. Go ahead.
But the just shall live by faith.
But the just gonna live by faith because the faith is the substance of things hoped for, evidence of things not seen. Again, we hope that the Most High deliver us from those times. We hope that the Most High give us a hiding place in those times. That is our faith. So when we say we have faith, that means we're going to exercise some solemn moments in our life while we have time. We're going to exercise these laws, statutes, commandments of the Most High. We're going to start repenting and offending less, not spend our time offending more. Right? Read it. Luke 21:36. Give me Psalms and Proverbs
Luke
8:32.
chapter 21, verse 36. Watch ye therefore and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
Right. So watch. Spend your time watching. Spend your time watching, paying attention. The scripture said in the day of sin, the wise man will be aware, but the fool will not observe time. A fool will not observe time. Go ahead. Proverbs 8:32. You said?
Proverbs 8 and 32. Now therefore hearken unto me, O ye
Ecclesiastes
children,
6:36.
for blessed are they that keep my ways.
Hearken unto me, O ye children. Blessed are they that keep my ways, that are observing, that are watching, that are paying attention. Go ahead.
Hear instruction and be wise, and refuse it not.
Mm-hmm.
Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors.
This is what a wise brother, a wise sister would be doing with their time. Watching daily. Read that one more time.
Blessed is the man that heareth me, watching daily at my gates, waiting at the post of my doors.
Waiting at the post of my door. Not saying that brother's bugging, that sister's bugging. Nah, you see a wise brother, you see a wise sister, get next to them. Because they in the right path. They spending their time properly, right? Read that. Please, Ecclesiastes 6:36.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 36.
Mm-hmm.
And if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him,
Uh-huh.
and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Saying the same thing. Saying the same thing. This is how you should spend your time. Don't spend your time envying the foolish man, desiring to be with him. Get thee to the wise man, the wise woman. Learn the ways. Spend your time properly. So when that day come on all the earth, you may get to pass. You may get to play, right? Give me Isaiah 30 and 12, and Luke 17. Isaiah 30 and 12, Luke 17.
Luke chapter 17 and
26.
verse 26. And as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be also in the days of the Son of Man.
Again, what are you doing with your time?
They did eat, they drank, they married wives, they were given in marriage, until the day that Noah entered into the ark,
Uh-huh.
and the flood came and destroyed them all.
And to destroy them all, there was a set time. There was a set time for that flood. And the people didn't pay attention to that. So again, with this time that we have, as we see the days going by faster as we perceive, what are you doing with your time, right? Read it.
Likewise also, as it was in the days of Lot, they did eat, they drank, they bought, they sold, they planted, they builded. But the same day that Lot went out of Sodom, it rained fire and brimstone from heaven and destroyed them all.
And destroyed them all. Well, so Lot was getting his house in order. The angels tell him, get this, get that, set things in order. We about to be out. It's the same thing. We see these signs going approaching. It's the very same time the Most High is about to approach his creation, which he created. So we supposed to be spending our time getting our houses in order. Not just about joy, fun, and laughter, being distracted. Read it.
Even thus shall it be in the day when the Son of Man is revealed. In that day he which shall be upon the housetops, and it.
Cut that. Even so, it should be in the day of the Son of Man, right? Read it. 30 and 12.
Isaiah chapter 30, verse 12. Wherefore, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Therefore, this iniquity shall be to you as a breach ready to fall, swelling out in a high wall, whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant.
whose breaking cometh suddenly at an instant. So there's a time for destruction. There is a time for destruction. For there is a time for destruction, and there's a time for the Most High to take vengeance on the earth. And those that are going to get to pass are those that use this time wisely, redeeming the times because the days are evil. And with that, brothers united in Christ, shalom.